Hello, welcome everyone to this series of videos regarding the introduction to automation within HyperMesh. What I would like to present during these sessions is the basics of TCL usage inside HyperMesh and HyperView hypergraph. And as an introduction, I just want to dig into two different concepts. When we speak about automation, sometimes we also hear the word customization, and so I want to briefly explain what is the difference between automation and customization. So let me just take this model and do just quick step directly in the graphic area just to show you a basic stuff. So automation consists in trying to set up an interactive process inside HyperMesh. It could be changing some positions, for instance, for taking screenshots or whatever. It could be creating a mesh from a geometry, extracting a mid surface, creating contacts, whatever. And everything will start reviewing the command file in HyperMesh. We'll review it later, and then to understand what is available in the code and how to adjust this raw code in order to make a robust and efficient macro. This is what automation is about. Then customization is how to bring the scripts, how to bring all your preferences within the HyperMesh, HyperView, hypergraph environment. So when it comes to customization, it's, for instance, saying that you want a dedicated ribbon here with a clipboard, a icon or a save to file, or a custom toolbar, or even a drop-down menu. This is what is about customization. So if we look at automation versus customization, the automation, it's really understanding the raw code, authoring the script, the macros, in order to streamline one of your process. Whereas customization, it's how to adjust the HyperWorks environment to your needs, so that every user from your company, once the macro, once the automation is set up, can easily and directly access these automations with the less effort possible. Now, let's speak about automation and when do you really need TCL automation? You need TCL automation for automating repetitive tasks if it is not available in the core HyperWorks software, to adjust existing HyperWorks pre- and post-processing process with your standards. And when we speak here about standards, it's mostly about HyHo, as it is stated in the point below. Every specific user input that your company has, or output targets. It could be reports, it could be output files for running into other routines. Everything you have something to do with this inputs and output. This is the first point to look for automation. Before going to this automation, I really recommend you to follow this do and do not. First, has the automation in HyperWorks is improved every version. I really recommend you to look at the latest version, because you may find or you may need to create automation in old versions that are not needed anymore in new versions, because we have introduced new feature to address this need of automation. Also, make sure you are up to date on the latest capabilities. You cover everything. We still see a lot of automations regarding model assembly, knowing that we have developed for more than 4 versions now, part assemblies which are intended to make your model assembly process easier within HyperMesh. So really make sure there is no feature available in HyperMesh that can solve your automation. Make sure also to be aware and to review the online resources. We have the online help, which contains the APIs for HyperMesh, HyperView, HyperGraph automation. We have the Altair Exchange and community, where you can find scripts example of scripts, you have the Altair how-to channel with a dedicated playlist for automation. This one is pretty recent. If you follow the recent development about language artificial intelligence, such as ChatGPT or others, you may start to try to use this language AIs for identifying at least the skeleton of your automation, and then try to go deeper and adjust the command that needs to be updated. Also, feel free to ask for help. There is a forum still on Altair community for general questions. And if you have really a specific question regarding your process and you don't want this to be exposed, you can contact the support for it. One thing, and it is maybe an important one, I should have put it above, is make sure about your specifications and make sure to evaluate as finely as possible the efforts and costs for large automations. A lot of time we see people starting to resource scripts and then they find some exceptions, they had some tests and they are asked to add some extra cases. And then the initial cost is just expanded for multiple times because all the specifications were not considered at the beginning. Coming to the do not consider your automation as a one-shot task. HyperMesh is evolving as the APIs and also your internal requirements may evolve. So you need to make sure that your automation, you save time for maintaining your automation within the time. If you're using a language AI such as ChatGPT or other languages for a script, do not take it as it. It is a skeleton, as I mentioned earlier. You need to test it, to modify it, to adjust it. And do not, here I repeat myself, but do not create automations for whole versions, for features that have been developed in more recent versions. It is some effort that will be lost the time you would switch to the new interface or to the new version, and then this is not something we recommend. It is worth most of the time to look at the latest versions rather than trying to develop something in an older version. So these were for the do's and don'ts for automation. Just let me jump back a little bit on the customization. These are some examples of customization. So you have the possibility to, for instance, to set up and share a custom ribbon with HyperMesh HyperView. So this is an example where you can find a video showing how to create a custom ribbon. So feel free to look at our Altair how-to channel to see how to create it. So you see how to create a new ribbon, how to import the tools, which are the different icons.
These tools are
how to deal with metadata,
except for the GA fuselage.
So this is an example. We have some other examples such as configuring the tool belt, which is something we introduced in the new interface, which we inherited from our, let's say, CAD-oriented software such as Inspire. So it is a quick way, in addition of the shortcuts, which will be reintroduced soon, to access your most frequent tool. One other example from the post-processing side is saving standardized legend preferences with plot style. So this was for the introduction for automation versus customization. Thanks for reviewing this video and see you for the next modules.